Do you know how to deal with stress and negative emotions? In this video, I'm gonna tell you what I wished I knew a few years ago when I had the most difficult time in my entire life. Long story short, there was a critical supply issue in my 9-to-5 job and the customers were claiming to get the parts on time. I was working literally 24/7 with hardly any holidays. Can you imagine being pushed from your top management and customers almost hourly for solutions and reports every single day? This lasted almost 2 years, which was the most stressful days in my life. There was so much pressure to get the job done, so even when I was sleeping, the daily tasks always kept sneaking in my dreams. How did I get over it? Well, I was just able to barely survive. Every morning when I was driving to the office, I was trying to pump up myself by listening to motivation videos like Les Brown and Eric Thomas. No pain, no gain and that kind of stuff. But since I didn't have the time to exercise, or should I say that I wasn't smart enough to allocate the time, I kept on drinking whiskey every night to get de-stressed, not realizing that something terrible was happening to my body. One day I felt my legs aching and swelling, which was when I got rheumatoid arthritis. I couldn't even walk, so I had to take painkillers, but even when it healed, the symptoms would pop up again and again. I was really close to burnout, but I kept on telling myself, I can endure the pain and get over this. I'm mentally tough enough. Well, by twisting my brain like this, I was somehow able to overcome this crisis, but I was extremely workaholic and was sacrificing the time with my family and not listening to what my body was telling me. And that's exactly what I want to talk about, how to listen to our body. Just like me, in our busy modern society, many people are lost and don't communicate with themselves. They don't have a clue of what they're really feeling. There's a disconnection between the body and the mind, and the most powerful way to find out what your body is feeling and what your emotions are is by meditation. Many successful people like Steve Jobs, Tony Robbins, Kobe Bryant are famous doing meditation as their daily routine. It's like cleansing your brain and feeling recharged. The method is quite simple. You just need to focus on breathing, being grateful of breathing in and out and purely focusing on the presence. We all live because we're breathing, right? Breathing is what connects to our soul and our heart. When you meditate, many distracting thoughts and emotions pop up in your head. You just have to embrace them as they are and let them go, just like a leaf in the river passing by, and redirect your attention back to the breathing. By focusing on breathing, you gain awareness of what's going on in your body. Just imagine when you're angry. Don't you feel your heart beating fast and your body heating up with a lot of tense? Our body is always connected to our emotions. So by practicing meditation, you will literally understand what your body is telling you and what your emotions are. And by objectively observing all the thoughts popping up just like a cloud in the sky, you'll find out that the thoughts are just thoughts, that you don't have to be drowned by those thoughts. What I did wrong was I tried to ignore the pain and negative emotions screaming in my body. Well, that was common sense to me because I didn't want to be depressed and feel the heavy pressure. But now I learned that the more we don't listen to our body and feelings, we not only have disconnection with ourselves, but we won't be able to connect with the other people as well. It's quite obvious, right? I mean, how can you feel other people's pain and emotions when you're always twisting your own? When you accept and embrace the negative emotions just as they are, they start to digest, not by trying to ignore them or being numb. The more you try to refuse the negative emotions inside you, the more you'll deny yourself and suppress your feelings. Instead, objectively be aware that you're feeling those emotions. And the more you understand this, you will find clarity of what you want and who you truly are. And the next step is to understand that we can change our thoughts. That if we can change our thoughts, we can eventually change our emotions. Let me explain. For example, if you see a cup filled with half of water, how would you describe it? Would you think there's only half of water? Or would you think there's enough water in it? You see, by the way we think of it, we can always flip our perception. We're not controlled by the thoughts that randomly pop up in our head. We can control our thoughts. So in my case, if I would have done it better, I would have meditated and listened to my body aching and definitely allocated time to exercise. Listen to my emotions that in that time were frustration, pain, anxiety, and so on. Embrace them as they are, but not getting drowned with them by observing that I'm just feeling that way. Understand the thoughts that are creating those negative emotions are just thoughts and that I can control them by interpreting them differently. Think I will redefine my task to something to appreciate and be grateful of. And yeah, maybe to search for more help and say no to some assignments if my body is really saying I cannot handle it. I hope this video resonated with some of you out there who is suffering from stress and pressure. And if you did, go ahead and click the next video where I talk about similar topics like this one. Question of the day: what was your most stressful moment in in life? Please post your comments below because I would really love to hear. My name is Joey, and in this channel I do self-development tips to support you shift your mindset and grab the dream life we all want. So if this sounds interesting to you, please click the subscribe link in the comment field below. And also, if you like this video, please don't forget to click the like button. It really means a lot to me. This video was inspired and made by extracting the key points from the book called Mindfulness for Beginners by Masao Yoshida. See you in the next video and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.